Hey guys, so the fourth and final capacity component that will give you some sort of wiggle room for a good life comes down to balance. It's looking at what sort of level of balance, steadiness is going to be helpful for you, for us to have in order to show up in all the different ways that we want to, need to in our daily lives and not be just going right to our edge. So balance is a thing that's sometimes poorly understood because for some folks, balance in terms of steadiness is seen as rigidity. And that's not entirely what good balance is. Balance is the freedom to actually wiggle around and not topple over. You know, a tree that can be pushed around in the wind has better balance than the rigid one. The rigid one is going to snap. And we can see that in folks that have a lot of rigidity. They won't be able to take any sort of quick movement or sudden force to them. They'll topple over or injure themselves easily. So when we look at these components, we're not looking for all-out rigidity. You're not looking to appear as a statue. You're just trying to be able to hold yourself connected to the ground, not crumble, and not take it to the face. So the statement that's going to give you a lot of wiggle room is you should be able to stand on one leg, your left as well as your right, without your hands touching anything or yourself, and without the free leg touching anything or yourself, while being able to look entirely to the right and to the left and not fall over. So it's a mouthful, but it hits a bunch of different components. One, that you are able to steady on one leg, that you don't need a free limb in order to orient you, to sense where you are, to maybe make up for a deficit to sense through yourself. And you're able to gaze around at the world, so there's a certain level of freedom allowed for you to observe whatever you're going to do or looking to do in your daily life. There are plenty of folks that can stand on one leg, but they got to touch themselves with the free leg, or they got to fix their eyes on something and it's just a big event. That is great that they've got that, but they need to get beyond that level in order for it to be really useful and for them to be able to react and steady themselves when a little slip happens, when a sudden movement needs to occur, and maybe not roll an ankle or topple over and take it to some other body part that may be trying to save the face. So that's a helpful level to have. And then a second statement that would give you a great capacity is, well, with that balance, can you stack a little bit of strength on it? And the level that you would want to be at would be, you should be able to stand on one leg and without your hands touching anything, yourself, or your free leg touching the ground or yourself, be able to squat to a chair, sit down, and come on back. And you should be able to do it on your left leg as well as your right. So you should be able to get in and out of a chair on a single leg without needing to use your hands or catch yourself with the free leg. And that's going to give you a lot of wiggle room in order to catch and explode and to be able to really hold yourself up with any sudden slips or changes of direction, in order to play rigorously with your kids, play rigorously with your friends, and to be able to not get an injury acquired in the process. We can't stop contact injuries always, but those non-contact ones where you just weren't able to steady yourself and something happened, it is preventable in part by getting yourself and maintaining yourself at these levels. So there's a bunch of different ways to go about it. And there's some really helpful ones that are out there and some not so helpful ones. So don't hesitate to reach out if you got any questions about how to go about getting that. But getting yourself steady on a single leg, your left as well as your right, being able to freely look around with your eyes and with your head, and being able to navigate getting up and down, in and out of something at a chair height, that's going to give you a nice capacity to have a very free and capable life. So, hope that helps.